Welcome back, everybody, to Mint to Vent Podcast News. My name is Jaime, and today I'm going to do another news reaction. And man, I got some good ones, and I'm not even going to waste no time. I'm just going to get going and rolling with these headlines because they are goodies. They are some goodies. They put up some portal between Dublin and New York where people could look through this, round television monitor, and it was like a live feed from those two areas where you could see everybody, and people were walking by, and you could get the latest from like flipping somebody off, cussing, doing some curse words, things like that, and you would that would be like the worst thing to worry about. People flipping you off, things like doing dumb shit like that, right? Maybe cheering for some teams, who knows? But they had to shut the thing down because eventually, I guess apparently some OnlyFans model went up there and decided to pull her boobs out and just flash everybody in Dublin. And so they had to shut the thing down. And it wasn't too long before some perv had to go mess it up, you know? Cheers to that dummy. And all them people, like, there's one dude, you could see him taking a picture, share it. Also, share the photo. We can't even have no fun shit anymore. I feel like, every time we get something fun, like somebody's just got to do something stupid to just like mess it up, you know? It's like Tim Allen back in the day, Tim Allen's version of like rewire and shit. Like we just had to go rewire it and fuck it up, then we can't do it no more. Some things like that, just simple things like that. In Pennsylvania, a priest was charged for misusing $41,000 in church funds in mobile games, like cell phone games. This, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, that sucks. You're using all that donation money everybody gave you for that. But this would be like the least kind of headlines you would want a priest to go through. Like, oh, he was caught boozing it up. At least he wasn't like touching little boys and shit. Like, go ahead and Candy Crush all you want. Leave the little boys alone, right? Leave the altar boys alone and go ahead and Candy Crush. Play all those video games. Download some more. Like, go for some more on it. Just leave everybody, leave the innocents alone. Like, this is like the least of my worries that he's just playing video games. It wasn't like porn or nothing. It was just video games. And he's a priest. That's awesome. To me, that's awesome. Okay, and some travel news, right? Some travel news. Plus sized travel influencer who says slim flyers should subsidize free extra seats for fat flyers. She says she's been sent by God to push her message. That was hard for me to finish. I don't know why I couldn't even get through that. It was like I just had all these S's just popping out of everywhere. I don't know what was going on. I don't know, but that was wild. But yeah, so God sent this lady to come and tell everybody that we got to give our seats up because she's overweight. I didn't get that email, or I didn't get that prayer message. I was still waiting for that one. You know, like I said, I blame those social media things a lot, man. This is just bananas. They get so much support where they feel like they're entitled, like overly entitled. It's like you get the support and then you're going to go abuse it. Goodness gracious. I'm not giving up my seat. I'm sorry. A Green Bay man named D's Nuts. I'm not lying. This was this guy's real name. This white man named D's Nuts had to appear in court. He pled not guilty to some crime, some charge, and had to sign an $11,000 signature bond. The dude, my gosh, like the dude doesn't even look like if you asked him and he wanted to give you the wrong name, he'd be like, my name is D's Nuts. It looked like he would just make something else. Like, I'm Frank Stanford or some shit. But like D's Nuts, that's on his ID. First of all, he had to, like, obviously, I think he had to legally change it. This isn't like that's my boy and shit, like Han Solo burger shit. Like, this dude had to do it on purpose. He was running from somebody. Like, some girl, like, going after some child support. Like, we need to just get some more background information. Like, what's up with these nuts, right? All right? What's up with these nuts? We got to find out more about these nuts. What about you? What do you think? I think we should do research about these nuts. I could go on, but let's just go on, right? Right? Zoo goers. Man, I don't want to be labeled like that. Like, there's just so many names for everything. I'm just getting derailed right now. Like, I'm a zoo goer. Or, or you're a youper when you're like from the UP or something. You can't just be from a place. You got some kind of name, right? Zoogoers outraged to discover panda exhibit was actually dogs dyed black and white. Yeah, those are chows. Okay, and people was like, believe they feel like these ain't pandas. Why are they scratching themselves? Why is the panda licking his dick? You know, like why is the panda licking his dick right now? You know, I was like last week. I was like on Farmstead News podcast, and we were talking about like I brought up a conspiracy about people. It was like a trending news about like pandas are fake. Like people were like they ain't real. Some of them say like, oh, that look how he's moving. That's a human in a jumpsuit and shit like that. Like come on. Those videos crack me up, by the way. But anyways, this doesn't help the case when somebody's going over here just painting some shit. Like, just tell us we're running out of them, you know? Just tell them we're extinct. They're extinct or something. Like, we can't keep cloning them and shit. Like, this is abuse now. Like, we gotta let the pandas go. You know what I'm saying? Like, goodness, just tell us that there ain't no more or something. You just gotta be painting poor dogs. Look at the dogs, man. Like, the dog's all pissed off. You know he ain't like, that's crazy. Just gotta paint the dogs to look like pandas. I feel bad for that dog. But I would go see the exhibit at the same time, you know, probably enjoy myself. Also, if you're new to the channel, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, you know, come back and join me for the next episode. So in California, they were mocked over $11 billion high-speed rail bridge to nowhere. It took 9 years to build, and it's still not done. Why don't they move everybody out on tents, like, on that rail bridge? Like, use it for something. That way, like, when you go look at it, like, oh, it's being used. You know, put some kind of waste system in there and just move all the tents over there. Get everybody out the way. Something like, I mean, come on. When are you going to finish it? Let's ask Newsom. So Biden apparently wants to debate Trump. And I don't even, you know, I like making fun of these guys because they were both fun to make fun of. But this ought to be an interesting thing. Biden said he's really going to do it. In the commercial, I just had if you guys didn't see, like, when he was talking about, so you want to challenge me? You know, there was like 10 cuts at least in that fucking little clip when he was trying to talk trash, calling out Trump for the debate. It was like one sentence every time. He's like, oh, and then clip to the next clip. You want to debate, huh? And then clip to the next one. He was like, anytime, pal. You know, it was like weird. It was like he couldn't get all those sentences out, and they were like fast forwarding shit. And they said during the debate, I guess they can't have like a live crowd because they're probably like boo this man or they'll over cheer the other dude, and he'll just get all disoriented and shit and start walking around and thinking the debate was over and start waving and shaking hands, invisible people and shit. But it's ought to be wild. He said like no crowd. It's probably so they can have room for like all the monitors. And I wonder if like Trump's gonna like be allowed to call it out. Like if there's a monitor out there, like look at all these fucking monitors to help you speak and shit. Or I don't know. It's gonna be something else. But that commercial was the shit. Like I said, it was like every sentence was a cut. It was like, all right, now start from here and read this sentence. You know, we're gonna put this together so good that editor needs to be fired. That's all I'm saying. Well, my name is Jaime, and this has been an episode of Meant to Vent Podcast News. I'll see you next time. See you.